Hey, what's up guys? Quentin with Ninja here. Just wrapped up one of our bigger yards, and Jordan's blowing right now, as you can see right there, but we cut this at 2.5 eXmark. I love the cut eXmark has. But yeah, we got one more, and it's like 93, 92, 93 right now, but this video is going to be about the 1-year update of the eXmark Commercial 30. So the last yard that we do is actually we use that on the whole thing. So we're just going to do some like talking about it and just talking about it, kind of giving an update. Jordan's going to give me his thoughts on it because he's pretty used to the Toro Turfmaster, and I know that the mowers are pretty similar to each other. But yeah, there's some good and there's some bad. So yeah, we're gonna head to the last one and pick it up from there. So we'll see you guys in a sec. All right guys, so we're here at our last one. It's a real small front, back's kind of big, but yeah, we're gonna be talking about this. What are your thoughts? You're familiar with the Toro Turfmaster and this eXmark.
Yeah, I was a mechanic at my last gig, and I don't know, comparing the two brands, like this one's definitely held up a lot better than the other one. I will preface that with saying at my last job, you know, we were doing 35 plus yards a day with some guys who weren't the safest with mowers, to say the least, I guess.
They kind of treated it like trash.
But I will say this has been so much more reliable. It's a little bit, seems to be a little bit heavier than the other one, I'd say. So like turning can be,
yeah, turning around is kind of difficult, and I think that's just the way like the mower is.
But it's nicer on like straighter lines just because it is heavier, so you're gonna get a straighter cut out of it. So I mean, it's like, I have little ticky-tacky complaints, but compared to the other one and with the reliability, I'd say this one's done a hell of a lot better. But I mean, in defense of Toro, you know, they don't have, like, we did the blades every week. I saw what those guys were hitting. So I mean, those mowers,
there were like chunks taking
like
blades.
You wouldn't believe what, like, you would think people were mowing pebble, or what is it, pea gravel, yeah, like a lot of that. So I mean, that, in defense of Toro, I will say, you know, incompetent mowers will definitely wear down your equipment more. But this one, I think it's done great. I like the cut on this one.
Yeah, the cut, I love the cut. I love eXmark's cut. Starting it's a bit annoying. Like sometimes we have to pull it 3-4 times to get it started. But
I mean, if that's what you have to sacrifice. One thing I will say, this recoiler has not gone bad. And the Toro recoiler,
it did go bad on me last year, but I took it. I took it to Horizon Distributors, and they relined it.
Yeah, but one thing with the Toro, like transmission, I had to change that on the Toro a couple times.
I think that just has
that might be
to do with like kind of who uses it.
That's what. Yeah. So like, yeah, when you have just a guy who's making 17 an hour, and you're telling him, yeah, you got 35 plus yards today, you don't really care about. He's just mow, blow, go, get out of there.
Yeah, he doesn't care about treating the equipment nice, because like if you have nice equipment, like it's gonna make your life and your job so much easier. For sure. Yeah. So you like the cut?
Yeah, I like the. I overall I like the mower.
I think it's better than the Turfmaster, even though I think Toro owns eXmark. It's like a division of Toro. But I'm happy with the cut.
Yeah, the weight.
Like he was saying, the lines are like nice and straight. Turning around is like, that's just something you have to get used to. Turning around, like, you know, it's we'll get footage in the back. But yeah, you like the brake? I love the brake, honestly.
Oh yeah, the brake on it, that's like the best part, because like rolling, like, I mean, especially in Denver, anybody who mows here, or if somebody's watching this in the Midwest, you know, you got lots of hills. So this thing, like even right here, we're on a slanted street. It sucks pulling that thing, turning it on, and having it run over your foot, which has happened to me. I wear Vans. I don't necessarily wear the most protective gear, mainly because I've been just doing this for so long. But I've definitely had my foot ran over by the Turfmaster, so it's nice that it just breaks, stops. It's a lot more convenient.
Yeah, so one of my biggest, or actually probably the biggest complaint I had was the way the wheels get adjusted for height. The back, I don't mind, but it was just the way it is right now. I just absolutely hate it.
The Toro was nice. You just grabbed it here, up. Yeah, I liked the Toro version of that.
So one thing I did was I ended up drilling a hole right through this thing and getting the anchor shackle and putting it through there and then attaching the carabiner to it, so it's a lot easier pulling it like this and pulling the wheel out as opposed to like having to like grip this. And some people had said, like, you know, like lift it up with your foot so you're not like lifting the weight of the mower, which I do that, but it was still like really difficult.
That's where I think Toro got it nailed though.
Yeah.
That adjuster for Toro is nice.
The funny thing is that when I was at GIE last year, they said that was like, this design was like patented.
Really?
And I'm like, that's the stupidest patent in the world. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me.
It's better than 21s, like old commercial 21s, you know, the ones where it like comes out and it's like,
you had to pull it out,
you
and
have to like, you need gloves to adjust.
yeah, the plastic would
like
break, and then it would be like razor sharp.
Yeah. So compared to I've used a lot of crappy mowers in my time, so it's better than most. Don't get me. These are like ticky-tacky complaints that I have just from using it, but in all, it's a phenomenal mower. Really
it's been a workhorse for us all year. It's done its job, and it's done it well.
I think they made a quality product with this. It's been reliable. You know, it's just simple thing. Granted, like I said, I don't know if I want to give because there was really some goofballs working on my last job, so I don't want to completely crap on Toro, but it's definitely like this. I replaced. like you name it.
We had replaced a lot of these cables. These are the original cables. Everything's like original. I haven't changed anything. And that's like, I haven't had to replace anything yet, aside from like air filter, you know.
That's ticky-tacky though. That's like changing.
But it just matters like how well you take care of the equipment.
A big thing, so right where
all right, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hopefully it doesn't do it in one pull, and you can actually see like 2, 3, 4 pulls to get it started. Granted, it has been sitting out in the sun while we've been doing this. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get started, and then we'll go into the backyard and, you know, just kind of see how it cuts, and then we'll wrap up the video after that. Of course it does it in the first pull, huh? When all throughout the day today, it was like 2, 3, 4 pulls. Alright, so right now it is set at 3 inches. A couple of the yards that I do, we mow at 2.5. That's why I ended up adding, you know, the anchor shackle and the carabiner, you know, to help adjust the deck height when we're doing those yards. But this one's at 3. Most of the yards we do throughout the week are set at 3. So really nice and straight. You're not going to have a lot of, you know, kind of like going zigzaggy or whatever. That's a plus on the mower. haven't had many issues with the engine power when I've been using mulching blades on this thing. For about a week we ended up using high lift blades just because I wanted to see if it was going to leave less clumps. But when I was using those, when we were using those high lift blades, some of the yards that we were doing, you know, the grass is, you know, thick and the engine was bogging down. If the grass is decent enough, I would not recommend the high lift blades, especially in the springtime. Like I couldn't imagine having high lift blades in the springtime. But yeah, the mulching blades, they work real well. I don't notice power drop, you know, when I'm going through somewhat thick grass. Obviously that was a little bit different in the spring, just because you know, the grass is thicker, it's usually a little bit wetter, so it pumps up a lot more. But in yards like this and stuff, it really hasn't been an issue. Yeah, you can see the cut. Real nice straight lines. So yeah, I'll head up to the front and give you my final thoughts on after having this mower for coming up on 1 year now. All right, so just got done trimming. Jordan's blowing right now, so I'm gonna wrap up this video. But if I was to have the opportunity to buy this mower again, I know in the last video I made, I would probably, in that video I said no. Having actually used it a year, and you know, especially having help, you know, with Jordan helping me, you know, we obviously, you know, trade off on the mowers and the trimming. So I'm not using it honestly as much as I was when I had it last year, working by myself. So all those issues, I was just seeing so much of them because I was using it on like every single yard, and I was the one doing it. So if I had the opportunity to buy it again, knowing what I know now, would I? Honestly, I probably would. There are other mowers out there, you know, the Skag SFC 30, I think, that has front casters on the wheels. I have heard that mower's quite a bit heavier than these other ones. I was thinking about maybe getting that one, but after hearing people say that it's a lot heavier, I don't know if that's something I want to do. Plus, I'm just used to, you know, that mower, the way it handles, everything I need to, you know, make sure lines are straight, good cut, all that stuff. You know, I'm just real familiar with it. I would definitely change the deck adjustment in the front to something else, and headed to Equip Expo this year, and I'm going to mention that again to the people at eXmark to change that, because I hate it. And I'm also going to show them like what I did. It's been a great mower so far this year, so just using it the rest of the year, it's going to do its job. It's going to make me money. You know, we sharpen the blades at least once a week, so it's a great mower. I stand corrected from last year, and I know some of the comments from my last video loved it and some hated it. So I'm coming around to it. I love it. It's a good mower. Just change the front wheels so it's easier to adjust the deck height. What I did works out really well. So if you have this mower and you hate that, do that as well. So yeah, if you're not subscribed to the channel already, go ahead and subscribe. I would appreciate that. Leave a comment down below on if you watched my last video, which I'll leave a card up here. Let me know if things are different for you guys. If you now love it when you hated it, or you now hate it when you used to love it. But yeah, that's gonna be it for this one. Keep an eye on my channel because we're also gonna be doing a video on the green guard. I know I love it. Just to give you a little sneak peek. Jordan, I know, loves it too. So yeah, keep an eye out on the channel for that. And hope you guys are doing well, and we'll catch you in the next one. Later.